What's up, everybody? It's Mr. Mike here, Trucker Diary Series, baby. How you doing? Hope you're doing well out there. I'm gonna talk about some nerdy stuff. So if you don't know about Shenmue 3, you probably don't want to, listen to this. I guess this is for the fans out there. I'm trying to branch out. I'm in the Shenmue community. I'm part of the Facebook Shenmue 500K and others. I can't remember all of them on the top of my head, like Shenmue Dojo and Phantom Riverstone and all these other ones. I'm seeing all the articles that are being posted, so right now I'm heading to Clearwater, Florida. Clearwater, that's Keith Thurman's hometown. Shout out to him. He's got a big fight next month. Fighting Manny Pacquiao, so that should be interesting. But yeah, I'm heading to Clearwater. There's been a lot of logistical changes today. I was supposed to be in Jacksonville all day running shuttles and doing different things, but they changed their mind. I have to rush down to Clearwater. Not, you know what I mean? But like, I have to be there by 3:30, and I'm looking at probably 3:20 when I get there. So I'm gonna be pushing it pretty hard, whatever. Hopefully there's no crazy traffic jams. I gotta go through Orlando or around Orlando, so it's always a possibility. And it's rainy. It's a rainy time right now, so I have all these things, that are essentially could be in the way of me getting there on time. So, but anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see, trying to make sure my audio's good. I hope you guys are doing well. But yeah, Shenmue 3. Okay, there's a lot of things to unpack here. A lot of things to get in. I'm gonna give you what I've read and what I've been researching. Of course, you guys know that it's been delayed till November 19th this year. And there's been some great trailers from the E3 conferences going on right now. There's been some good coverage of. You got to actually see some gameplay footage from people from the event. You got to see some amazing things like the lucky hit, the turtle race, which I think is adorable. It's one of those things that as I'm watching that unfold, it's like, yes, I feel the Shenmue like energy. You know what I mean? I'm getting sucked. I've watched these videos several times ever since they've been released. And the new trailer, of course, that's in English. It's good to hear Corey Marshall's voice, it just looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. It feels like Shenmue. The environment, the very cozy environment that is Bailu Village, is you can feel it. You can feel the energy and the vibe of that game by just looking at it. By just having Rio walk around and all the colorful characters, all the people who are trying to make you gamble or make you play their games and stuff like that. They have personality, they have charisma, they have their own thing, and it's so beautiful to watch. Almost 20 years later, you still got some of the same qualities with updated graphics and a new engine and all these different things. And it's still that same Shenmue feel, and it looks beautiful. So I saw that. I saw the lucky hit, the turtle race. Some training exercises. The one-inch punch, which is great. I think the timing of it is great. It looks phenomenal. I just love watching Rio, the main character Rio, just when he does the one-inch punch exercise, you can kind of see his body like torque, like when he releases the punch, like it's a slow wind-up, like a medium to slow wind-up, and it's a sharp torque in his punch. Like you can actually feel, you can almost feel the power or feel the energy when he punches every time, and that's phenomenal. Like little stuff like that just really goes a long way with me. And then you saw him chopping wood. He goes up to the guy, like a little small shop, sells different things, and Rio's like, can I make some money? And the guy said, yeah, you can chop some wood. And he goes back and starts chopping wood, and it's basically the way it's set up. I think I don't know the control scheme or whatever, but it looks like it has some timing, because while Rio's holding the axe up, his body's shifting from left to right. You have to find the timing to cut the wood right in the middle, or closest to the middle as you can. So that's going on. So you have that timing. I don't know if there's a control scheme involved with that, but you have to do that. You have to, because as he's chopping the wood, he chops the wood, and then another one, he automatically sets up another wood to chop, but it's in a different spot on the thing, and so you have to use a little bit of geometry. Hold on just a second. Let's see. There we go. Sorry about that. So yeah, you have to use a little bit of geometry to get the timing of when to release the axe and to cut it. So all those things are just beautiful. It's just really cool. Like, it adds to the Shenmue universe, the Shenmue feel, the immersion, if you want. I don't know if that's a word or not, but it just adds to the overall variety of what is Shenmue, and it's such a beautiful game. I saw the character, go to the candy wind up thing or whatever it's called, and the guy got some fishing reels or fishing hooks. So that's really cool. Like, all these different little elements. They didn't show too much of the story at all, really. But they just show what's going to be involved on the quest, on the journey, and all these different side missions and quests and things, and different ways to make money, the gambling and things like that. And then after that, I saw the sparring, or excuse me, the fighting. Like, he goes to a dojo, talks to the master, and says, I want to. And then the master asks him, do you want to fight, or do you want to train, or do you want to spar, or whatever? And the guy chose to fight, and he's like, at your level, this guy would be good. I believe the guy's name is Red Tiger or something like that. So you fight this guy, and so it's just like the fighting looks amazing. Like, I don't think all the moves are available, especially when the guy was playing it in the demonstration. All the moves weren't available, like, as yet, you know what I mean? And so it's one of those things you have to acquire, the more you play the game. So that's always good. Jesus, what is that smell? It smells like something's burning. Jesus, what is that? Hope it's not me. But I smell like a burning smell right now. I don't know what the hell it is. I'm looking around in my mirrors on my truck, see if there's anything wrong with something on this truck. But it smells okay. It's kind of going away. Maybe it was something I passed or something. It's a very, very intense burning smell. Maybe it's this truck in front of me. I don't know. But I really smell a burning sensation right now. Checking everything that's in the way. May have to pull over here and figure out what the hell is going on. Okay, it's kind of fading away now. So maybe it's something I passed, something on the side of the road or something that I didn't see. So I think I'm good. Yeah, I think it's gone. I think it's something I passed. But anyways, sorry about that. It just seems like I don't know. It just seems like the fighting it seems like something you have to, develop as the game goes on. So, but from what I saw, with the moves that were available, it seems dope. It seems really cool. Like the sound effects are better, and when you hit them hard with a hard punch, like the elbow, and I forgot the name of it. I can't think of it right now. Some of the lunging elbows from the Baji Kwan style that he learned from previous. Like if you land one of those, like it's a really hard sound when you connect with it, and it seems like his movements, Rio's movements, seems a little looser. Like it's not as I can't really explain it. You just have to see it. It looks like when he kicks, it's more fluid. It seems like, and I've known, of course, that they've gone away with the Virtua Fighter engine, so they made it a more fluid type of fighting engine in the game. But from what I saw, it looks good. I've heard some from the people who actually played it. I forgot the name of the guy. I saw one of the E3 YouTube guys. They were at the event, and they were talking about different games that they've played at the event. And there was this one guy. He said he played it and he loved it. He said, but when it comes to fighting, the fighting was a little bit off or something. Like, but from what I saw, it looks great. But he said the control mechanics seemed a little off. So I mean, I didn't play it, but I just watched it. From what I watched, it looks amazing. It looks like when you connect with him, you really feel, you know what I mean? So I think it's good on that front. And then just the B-roll, the background, what's going on. Like you see children playing around, and there's a constant birds chirping. You can hear the environment. You're just fully immersed in this Bailu village, and you see all kinds of people. All these people are like, young children, older people, fat, skinny, like all different sizes, different hairstyles. And you just see a group of children, like babies, even like little infants. They're out in the parks practicing Tai Chi, learning from one of the great, one of the Tai Chi practitioners. So there's that going on in just the background. So it's like, knowing that I love playing Shenmue and playing open world games like this, I explore everything as much as I can. Like I'll try to go to every building, everything that, you know what I mean? And so I love that. So little stuff like that goes a long way. But the game looks amazing. I really can't wait. I was hoping it would be all done and finished by August, but it looks like we have to wait another few months. It's one of those things that's tough. But another thing too is that apparently Deep Silver, I guess the publishing company for the game, signed an exclusive deal with Epic Games, which is not the best idea. Not the best idea. It pissed a lot of the fans off because originally, the Kickstarter was funded by people when it was brought up that it was going to be on Steam. And people signed on. They wanted to get the Steam version. And I'm not a PC gamer. I've played games on PC before. I do have Steam, but I wasn't really planning on playing Shenmue on Steam at all. Like I was planning on playing it on PS4 and maybe get it on Steam later. But there are a lot of people who have Steam, who was wanting to play the game exclusively on Steam, but now they made this deal where, at least for 1 year, from what I'm hearing, that it's going to, they signed an exclusive deal with Epic Games. I guess it's this new, I've never really heard of it until the story came out. I never heard of Epic Games. But apparently, Deep Silver signed an exclusive deal with Epic Games for Shenmue 3 to be released on their platform instead of Steam, which pissed a lot of people off. And so we're in the Shenmue community, we have some divisiveness, I guess. There are people who are demanding refunds, which I totally understand. I totally get, because if you're promised something and you don't get it, I can relate. I can understand. So on that front, I just that really sucks. You know what I mean? But for me, I guess I'm not a PC, so it's not really my fight. But I do care about the fans of the game, and I do care about, like, if our fans have been misled. You know what I mean? Because in turn, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a few people who have Steam and they're pissed off. They're going to say if they don't get a refund, they're not going to buy the game at all, because they've been misled. They've been duped. And a lot of you don't want consumers to feel that way. And a lot of them do now. And a lot of them are raising comments and concerns, and they're just frustrated about this situation. So I've read the story about 2 days ago. Yesterday, I guess, I'm going to do more research about it, but I think, that Deep Silver and all the corporations trying to promote Shenmue are working on a deal to where, the Steam subscribers, the Steam people, will have, they're working something out, I believe. I don't know the details, but apparently they heard the anger from the fans, from the supporters, and they're trying to do something about it. I don't know the details of what they're going to do, but I've heard that they're going to do something about this kind of upsetting situation. You know what I mean? But it is fucked up. It's sad, and it's like, it's tough. Not only we have a delay, but now the Steam community are just pissed off because they've been slighted, and they've been slighted. And it's kind of like, I'm trying to put it in my shoes. Like, I have a PS4, I don't have an Xbox One. Like, if somewhere down the road that Deep Silver signs with Microsoft for an exclusive deal, and now I have to buy an Xbox, I would be fucking pissed. I would be fucking pissed if that happened. You know what I'm saying? So I do get it. I do get the anger from the Steam people. I do have Steam, and I played a few games on there, like 2 or 3 games. But I'm not, I'm not a Steam gamer like that, as much as I play the PS4. So I'm still waiting for the PS4 version. So you know what I mean? And I think from the business standpoint, I think Epic, gave them more money. I believe they gave them more money, and the Shenmue doesn't, they can use as much money as they can. But if it comes down to sacrificing your fans and supporters to help you make the game, it's kind of like, okay, you got to consider that too. And it seems like they didn't do that. And so hopefully some good would come out of this, because there's a lot of people who are pissed off. Because I would be pissed off too if they decided to go with Microsoft instead of Sony. I would be fucking pissed, because I really don't like I never really, I don't have an Xbox One. I've had bad experiences with Xboxes. Specifically the Xbox 360 way back in the day. Mine, I had the Red Rings of Death, and I was like, fuck it, I'm done. The only reason why I bought Xbox 360 when it came out was when Virtua Fighter 5 was out. Not the Final Showdown, but the one before that. When it was out only on Xbox 360 at the time, it was online playable. And it wasn't online playable on the PS3. It was online playable on the Xbox 360. That's the only reason why I bought a 360. And so when I got the red rings, I was like, fuck it, I'm done with Microsoft. So I just, and I had an original Xbox just to play Shenmue 2, of course. But I think I played that on somebody else's Xbox, and then I ended up buying my own. But I from since then, I've never bought a Microsoft console. I have friends who play Xbox One, and it looks really cool. It looks dope. I've seen the latest, I forgot the name, it's Star Wars, whatever latest game it's called. I saw that on Xbox One, and it looks fucking amazing. It really does. And again, I played it on Xbox at my friend's house a while back. And it's a dope game, but I'm not, head over heels on Xbox. I may get it, if there's a game out there, that I really want to play and it's only on Xbox One, I'll get it. You know what I'm saying? And if Shenmue 3 was on Xbox One, like initially, I would have bought an Xbox One a while back. If they were planning on releasing on Xbox One, I would have bought an Xbox One. But it's PS4. I'm cool with it. They said they don't have any plans of releasing on Xbox One, at least not yet. So PS4, and then now it's Epic Games. So I get it. I get the frustration about that. And I've heard also Epic Games, whatever the website is not nearly as good as Steam. Steam's been around for a while. Epic is a fairly new system. So you have to learn their shit, learn their, get their get the system requirements and do all this other stuff. And I'm not a PC gamer, so I don't really care that much. But it just really sucks. It sucks that the Steam community they were slighted, and I get that. I get it, and but I really hope there's some good that comes from this, whereas the Steam people will get some sort of code or some sort of free download from the game when Epic comes out, or something like that, because that's fucked up. That really is fucked up. So but I hope it doesn't divide the community too much. I hope people are still playing it because at this point we've waited for almost 2 decades, and so if you have to download some other shit, if it was me, and if I'm only getting it on Steam and this shit happened to me, and then if shit happened where I have to get Epic, I would have been all right, that's fucked up, but okay, I would have got rid of Steam and then went ahead with Epic, or whatever it turns out that they've worked out a good situation. I would have been all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So because the game itself is so much more important to where it's gonna land. But hopefully it stays on PS4, because everything is just up in the air now. It's just, you got the delay, you got this shit going on, and it seems like there's a few players, a few supporters, especially the Kickstarter people, who've been slighted, and I get it, and it sucks. You know what I mean? But other than that, the game looks really well. The game looks phenomenal. I can't wait to play it. I can't wait to see more trailers and different gameplay footage. I can't wait to see I can't wait to put my hands on the game and just playing it. That's what I can't wait. You know what I mean? And so it looks like we're gonna have to wait till November, and the Steam people are probably gonna have to get Epic Games, and then hopefully you'll get it for free. You don't have to pay again for another fucking thing. So I'm sorry that this has happened. I'm sorry. It's fucked up. I'm not sorry. I didn't do anything, but I'm just saying, I know how you feel out there, Steam people, the Steam supporters, this decision may come back to haunt the whole company, the whole Deep Silver, Sega, YSNet, the whole Shenmue 3 people, the developers. Because if that ends up, if the sales from the game ends up being dismal because of that, we may not even see Shenmue 4 and beyond, because apparently the story doesn't end in Shenmue 3. It's going to be more. It's going to be 4, possibly up to 5 or 6. So it's kind of like, this is one of those things where the story the game hinges on, the fan support and the game selling. You know what I'm saying? And so it's been a long time. I just really hope, despite all this, that I'm able to get it and play it and just enjoy the game. It's one of those games where, you know, it's fully immersive and it's a dope game. To me, it's the greatest game of all time. To me, it's the greatest game I've ever played. And so I hope they do the fans justice. I hope they, you know, rectify this problem, come up with a new deal or something. Because that's a bad look on the developer's part, to me, or the publisher's part. So I don't know who to blame in this. I don't know if this was Yu Suzuki's decision. I don't think it was, because he's the artist, you know what I mean? And so it's most likely just a publisher's decision as far as how to make the best money for the game. You know, you got to think about economics and stuff. And usually when there's this decisions based on business, usually the fans are getting the short end. When you have to, you know, make a choice between you want to keep the fans happy or you want to make the most money. And making the most money could mean prolonging the franchise to a degree. You know what I mean? But if that hurts the fans to where you're not making the money on the back end as far as sales, I mean, I don't know. It's a tough situation. It's a tough decision. And so, and I'm pretty sure when they made this decision, they considered all of this. You know what I mean? So hopefully they did. I don't know. But that's it. That's what's going on with Shenmue 3. It has been delayed once again, and these other problems that arrive from that. But the game itself looks fucking amazing. It looks amazing. I'm gonna keep watching it. I'm gonna comment on them. I haven't commented on. I don't comment that much, and it's funny because I want people to comment on my shit. You know what I mean? But what's up? I'm gonna comment. I'm gonna comment more about what I see and my take on it. So that's what's going on. So I hope you guys are doing well out there. I hope the fans out there still playing 1 and 2. I've seen a lot of walkthroughs, playthroughs from Shenmue 1 and 2, which I love just watching. You know, even though I have the game myself and I'm still playing it as well. You know what I'm saying? But I love watching people just play it, finding out more stuff. Because every time I watch them, I find out something else I didn't know about Shenmue 2. Like, I remember a long time ago, I believe it was Mr. 357, his YouTube name, I believe. He did a playthrough, a walkthrough, and one of the I can't even remember the building. One of the buildings in Kowloon, maybe it was a Great View building. I don't even remember. But going to one of the floors of the game, there was a room that had one of the what was it, the Sega Master System or Sega, one of the prototype game consoles that never really saw the light of day, only probably in Japan, not in North America. And it was sitting in one of the rooms. It was so dope. Like, wow, like they you know, like little stuff like that is like, I want to go back and watch that and find out where it is so I can go see it for myself. But I was like, wow, there's so much more that I didn't really experience. Like from the very first time I've watched, the very first time I played Shenmue 1 and 2, I didn't know nearly as much as, because I think I was in the mindset of, you know, going through the game and progressing the story. I didn't really know how to play an open world game. I was just focused on the story and advancing that, and not really. And I thought that if you don't do that, like, you're wasting time and it's hurting your advancement of the story to a degree. I didn't know how to play open world games like that. Now I do. And so, in replaying Shenmue 1 and 2, I'm learning more about open world and other things that you can do. Like, I finally found out how to fight against Eileen, and then I forgot the girl. Was it Feng Mei? The girl after Eileen in the game room. I found out how to do that. I was like, wow, and I beat them, and they're not easy. They're not easy at all. But my skills in fighting games can kind of transfer to playing those fighting against those girls. Dope. That was dope, man. And I still haven't won the duck race yet. You know, I've wasted a lot of money. I still haven't won that shit. It's so hard to do. You know, I still haven't won the duck race. So that's what's going on. But I did figure out another thing. I figured out when you go to Manmo Temple behind it and you do the leaf challenge. If you get 3 of them in a row, there's a white leaf that comes out. If you get the white leaf, another duck comes out. You can use that in the races. I had no idea about that until about I don't know, not even 6 months ago. So little stuff like that is like, wow, it's so much more than just the story itself. And when you find it and when you get it, you get this thrill that you don't get in other video games. You get this thing like you found it. Even though I didn't know until I saw it, you know, watching other people play. But you know, once I did it myself, you still have that thrill of finding a secret. You know, finding elements of the game that, you know, it went beyond my thinking. So it's things like that is just so beautiful, and I love that. But I hope the community stays together. I hope you guys are going to buy the game somehow or another. So I know it's a bummer for the Steam fans out there, the Steam users, the Steam gamers. I just hope it doesn't deter you from buying the game or just getting the game. And they should do something about it, like get a refund or give them a code for the new Epic and you know, a free download from Epic where you can get Epic and you get that game for free. They should do something like that because that's bullshit. So, but I hope, I've heard reports that they're working on something to that effect. I hope they come through with it because that's, you know, that is a real setback to the fans. That and being on top of the delay and the delay to November. You know, a lot of people are saying that may not be the best choice. So hopefully the game just comes out in November and just comes out. I don't want to go necessarily. And I talked about this in another video, another episode. I don't want to have to go through another delay. I really don't want to. In March and next year, beginning of next year, the springtime, March, April would be a better release date, you know, and for business-wise, because you kind of stand alone. But I don't want to go through that again. I want the game to come out. I wanted it to come out in August. I wanted it to come out in 2017. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I understood like 2017, 2018 wasn't going to be enough time to make the game on that scale, that level. I understood that. But I don't want to go through another delay again. I just really don't. I wanted to come out in November. I think, you know, despite it may be up against other games that are coming out in the holiday season, I think Shenmue is one of those games that stands out from all the other bullshitty games anyway. You know what I mean? Like it stands out from all the action-hungry games, the shooters and other action adventure games. Shenmue 3 doesn't fit in that sort of. It has a genre. It's an RPG. It's this open world game and stuff, and it's probably going to be more open world. But Shenmue just stands alone from that. So I think it still stands out. So I believe, you know, and I think it would be, you know, the Shenmue fans out there who are, you know, they don't have their money together. They're kind of broke, and you know, they don't have, you know, the system, or, you know, they don't have enough money to buy PS4 or to get Steam or Epic or anything like that. You know, that would be, you know, a wonderful gift. Like, you know, a friend or a family member of that person, you know, can just that would be a great gift for a fan who doesn't have their money right. You know what I'm saying? And I remember a couple of years ago I didn't, and I was pondering. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get this game, but I'm gonna get it somehow. And you know, being a truck driver now, you know, I'm able to, you know, I was able to get a PS4 first of all, and then now I'm waiting for the game. So, but yeah, there's some fans out there who can't really afford a PS4 or afford Steam or afford Epic or afford the game itself. You know what I'm saying? And having that game released on November, having this game released in November, you know, they can put a request out there from the loved ones to be like, please, you know, buy me this console and buy me this game. That's all I want for Christmas, and that would be a great gift. It really would. You know what I mean? So, so I think November is I think it stands alone. I think it'll be fine. That's my opinion, but I'm not a businessman. I don't run a business. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm not part of the video game industry. I'm just a consumer. So, but I think November will be fine, because I just don't want to wait another few months, especially after these incidents that have happened. What's been transpired the last week or so. You know what I mean? I don't want to have a delay on top of that, another delay on top of that. You know, that would really just, it wouldn't bode well. You know what I'm saying? So I just really hope the game is really finished, really done, and it's released in November, because I'm just fucking tired of waiting. That's just me. So that's my take on it. I hope you guys are still, you know, still waiting for it, still supporting it, still posting those videos, your comments, your open mind, your adjustment, because a lot of people have to adjust now, and just being patient. I know we've been patient for this long. You know, it's a few more months. You know what I mean? I just don't want it to get to the point where they outdone themselves, or no, not that. That's the bad word. I don't want to get to the point where they've done too much to the point where the constant delays and information that came out like this. You know, I don't want Shenmue 3 to sort of shoot themselves in the foot with all the stuff that's going on, and then adding more and more delays on top of the frustration that some of these people have. You know what I mean? I don't want the developers, I don't want Yu Suzuki to shoot themselves in the foot. You know what I mean? I think that's the best way I can say it. You know what I'm saying? I think having another delay on top of this will be even more detrimental. So, so that's my take. I hope you guys are doing well. Sorry about that. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well out there. I hope you guys are still going to play the game. And for you people who are not Shenmue fans, who are just fans of Mr. Mike, fans of this series, that's a game that I really, really admire, that I really care for. That's the only video game that I really put a lot of time in. You know what I mean? Just beating the game plenty of times, just going through every aspect in the game, exploring everything that it has to offer. I just love the game. It's really that immersive. It's really it's the best game that I ever played or experienced. So so that's what I really care about the game. So but yeah, you know, I'm going to talk about some other stuff, but I just really wanted to, you know, talk a good, you know, talk a good portion of this episode about Shenmue 3, about a video game that I really love. So that's what I wanted to do. So moving on. So Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Golden State won by 1 point, so the series is 3-2 Toronto. So of course, this next game 6 is going to be back in Oakland. So Golden State is going to they're trying to force a game 7, which is going to be back in Toronto. So you know, it's interesting. The game 6 is tonight in Oakland. So that's gonna be a tough one, man. That's gonna be a tough one. Hopefully Toronto can pull it out, you know. But it is fucked up. It is fucked up what happened in Toronto when KD. Whew, man. Okay, okay. Man, when KD was playing that first quarter, he was on a mission. He was on a mission to. I think if KD would have played that entire game, Golden State would have probably won by 15 to 20 points. KD would have had like 40 plus points, like 45 points up to 50, because he was on a mission. He didn't care. Like he was shooting the ball so well, scored 11 points in like 12 minutes. Like he was just out there doing his thing, and then you know, he fucked up his leg again. He fucked up his I think his calf. Might have torn his Achilles. And when he did it, when he was on the ground, the fans of Toronto were cheering, which was fucked up. Even the Toronto players was like, "Don't be doing that." They were waving their hands down, like, "Don't do that shit. Don't delight in someone's demise." You know what I'm saying? Because that shit will come back to haunt you. But having said that, and I think that is fucked up that he did that. Having said that, it's one of those things to where they did that out of excitement, because they knew KD was on a mission. The way he was scoring, he sort of took over that first quarter. You know what I'm saying? And the injury happened, I think, early in the second quarter. But he was on a mission. He was going to score like 50 points that game. And they Golden State ended up winning by 1 point, but I think they would have won more convincingly if he was healthy. You know what I'm saying? And so I do get that. I do get it that they, I wouldn't have cheered, but I understand you get that sort of feeling of, oh, wow, you kind of breathe a little bit. You can breathe a little bit. Wow, the best player can't be able to play. And I think they were cheering for that, not cheering because of his injury, but the fact that he cannot play. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a difference. I think I want to give the, well, I really don't want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I do sort of like, it's kind of like playing Madden. If you're playing, I know this is real people, and when you delight in someone's injury, that is fucked up. But I think they were cheering because their best player cannot play. Their best Kevin Durant cannot play in the game. I think they were cheering for that instead of more than cheering from his injury. You know what I'm saying? I think it's kind of like, because it would have been different if KD cannot play because he got 2 technical fouls and he was kicked out of the game. And if you cheer for that, that still Kevin Durant cannot play the game anymore. And you know what I'm saying? And so, but the fact that it happened as an injury, it seems like they were cheering because of his injury, which is fucked up if they were doing that. Because I did see I was looking at some of the fans, he was wincing, he was on the ground for a while, and he knew his legs was injured, he knew he had to get out of the game. He was just sitting there for a moment, and I was watching the game, and I was looking at some of the fans. They were waving their hand as if you're saying bye-bye, like bye, like, and they were laughing in delight, and that's fucked up. That really is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So on that front, yes, don't delight in someone's demise like that. That will come back to haunt you. And I love what Charlemagne the God said on the Breakfast Club, because he gave the entire fans the donkey of the day, donkey of the day, to the entire Raptors fan club or fanhood. You know what I'm saying? Because that's fucked up. And he was saying, he quoted, he actually played a clip from Louis Farrakhan. saying don't delight in someone's demise, don't delight in someone's injury. And Charlamagne made a great point. Like, imagine if Kawhi Leonard in Game 6 goes down, because every player has an Achilles, and if they rupture, if they fucked it up, you know, that could really do harm. Like, there are some players who went through that, and it's not a good thing. It's a bad experience. I've injured my ankle before. I've had torn ligaments from playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? I've done that. I've been through injuries, and it's not good. It's not a good thing. And someone's laughing over me. I'm not even a professional anything. You know what I'm saying? When someone's laughing with, you know, or you know, cheering, someone's being injured. That's fucked up. And Charlamagne brought that great point. Said, imagine Kawhi Leonard, you know, tears his Achilles, or you know, just get injured, any injury. You know, you not just legs, it could be arms, broken arm. Remember, what's his name, Kevin Love, series a while back in Cleveland. You know, broke his arm in the middle of the playoff series, and he knew he was broken. He rushed off the, you know, things like that can happen. So you just never know. Kawhi Leonard is a very strong player. He's one of my favorite players. One of my favorite players right now in the game. And if he goes down, that's pretty much a wrap. You know what I'm saying? And so you don't ever delight in someone's demise. And I remember them interviewing, the post-game interview. They talked with DeMarcus Cousins, who had a great game. You know, he didn't start. He came off the bench, was scoring, getting offensive rebounds, setting up good assists. He played well, got rebounds. You know what I'm saying? He played like he's supposed to play. That's what's up. Because I did talk shit about him earlier. I was saying, you know, he's been injured this entire playoffs, and you put him in the finals. You know, he's not up to speed. He seemed a little out of place, but he was playing like he's supposed to play. He was hitting three. He hit a three. I think he hit a couple of threes on that game. You know what I'm saying? So he was doing what Cousins do. You know, and they interviewed him after the game, after they won, and they asked him, "What do you think about the fans reacting when KD went down?" And he said, "Fuck him." That's exactly what he said. Fuck him. And I agree. I understand that. That's fucked up. He's just said fuck him. They blanked it out or whatever. But you can clearly hear him say fuck him, because that's fucked up. So fans out there, man, I mean, don't delight in someone's injury. Don't delight in someone's demise, their setbacks. Don't delight in that shit, man. That's horrible. So, but yeah, that's what's going on. But yeah, Game 6 is tonight. This is interesting, man. It's very interesting. It may go Game 7. Golden State is pissed off, so they're gonna play with a vengeance. It's not going down lightly. So Toronto, you better step your game. You can't be. You don't let them off the hook. You know what I'm saying? Because game 5, they showed that, hey, we can end this shit easily, because Steph Curry's hitting a bunch of threes, Klay Thompson was hitting a bunch of threes, Cousins was stepping up. Before KD went down, he knocked down a couple of threes. So it's kind of like, don't get that shit twisted. You know, they've done this without KD before. You know, so. But yeah, that's what's going on. So, okay, now this other thing I'm going to talk about. Me and my friend Rufaro, you know, conversed about this. The new Black Mirror has been out, and this season 5, and there was an episode, the first episode of the season. I didn't see all of them. I just saw this first episode, and I thought it was brilliant, and I thought it was fucking hilarious as it went along. There was some funny moments. I don't think it was meant to be funny, but the way they delivered some of these lines were fucking hilarious. But basically, basically, I don't know. There are some people. There are some. I don't know if you call it outrage or something. People not feeling this episode because, you know, there is some gayness involved. Okay, the premise of this episode was these two guys. One was married to a lady, had a family, had a kid at a point. These two guys, they were friends, they were best friends. You know, they used to play a certain video game franchise, like a fighting video game, similar to like Street Fighter, or you know, like a 2D fighting game. It was called Striker or something. But it starts off with them two playing like late in like their college life. You know, one guy had dreads and they were smoking weed and stuff. They were playing this game. They loved playing this fighting game, and they were just playing it. And so the premise of it, these two guys, they're, you know, years later, they're all grown up now. The game itself has evolved into virtual reality, and the guy's best friend, you know, brought him this game as a gift, as a birthday gift, and so he ends up playing it. But in order to play, you have to have the virtual reality little specs, the extra equipment. You have to put this little thing on the side of your head to get you jacked in, and so you really are the characters of this game. You play the role like you're inside the person's body, and not only that, you don't necessarily have to fight. You can do anything else. You just sort of like you can walk around in the environment that you're going to be jacked in. And so these two guys, they end up playing it, and one guy likes to choose, the friend likes to choose the female character, and the main character likes to choose this other guy. His name is Lance, I think it was. And they were just very similar. I think Lance is like very similar to like Ken on Street Fighter, or you know, someone who's a very martial art, you know. And then the girl is just, you know, remember, I guess you can put like a Cammy from Street Fighter on there, or a something like that. But basically, you jacked in, and what the friend is the girl. Like he's jacked into the game, and now he's the girl in the game. And the guy, and the main character jacks in, and he's the guy of the game. So they're fighting, and it feels real. They're punching and kicking each other, you know, just using special moves on each other, and they really feel it. Like you really feel the punch, which video games are evolving to at this point. But in this story, they ended up having sex. They ended up having sex, like dramatic sex, like some good sex. The guy and the girl in the game, they were played by, you know, other actors and actors, and they were fucking. And this guy was well built. He's a martial artist, just like in a video game. And they end up fucking. They end up having sex. They end up doing that, and it threw them off guard. And it was like, wow. And so, but throughout the episode, they will come back to this game and will play it again and again. And that's the premise of the whole thing. And and I guess there was some angst. There's some angst about how this episode was perceived. I guess people were saying things about like they're pushing the gay agenda and all this stuff, and people don't like it. A lot of people didn't finish the episode because they saw where it was going. And I thought the episode was fucking hilarious. I thought it was great. I thought it was brilliant. And but basically, these two guys, like in real life, when they're not playing the game, they're not gay at all. They're not gay. One guy is married. He's a little bit dismissive of his wife, and he's sort of kind of like lost in his head. You know, his wife isn't feeling loved and appreciated and things like that. Because, you know, throughout the episode, he's, you know, always constantly going back to this game and playing it. And they were getting sexually fulfilled. They were getting sexually blown away by by this game. Like they would go jack in and have virtual sex, like deep, passionate virtual sex. And the friend was kind of like, you know, a playboy. He was, you know, fucking all these other chicks, like pretty beautiful, like chicks. And he would, you know, have, you know, they would talk about, you know, I'm going after this chick, and I'm, you know, and he, in the next scene, he's fucking her, and, you know, he's having sex with her and all this. So he was a kind of a playboy. He was, you know, having sex with these model type chicks. And but since they've been playing the game, they played the game together. They would jack in, and they would, instead of fighting, since they found that they can have sex, that's all they did was have sex in the game. He would jack, the main character, the married guy, would jack in as his person, his guy, and then the friend would jack in as the girl, and they would go in, jack in, and have passionate sex, and he loved it. They both loved it. They both loved jacking in, and so it became where the married guy was so involved in the game that, you know, he stopped giving his wife attention. He stops, and so they have this back and forth. They have this animosity towards each other. They're sort of grown apart, and so and then these two friends, these two guys, were going back and forth because they were, you know, the married guy was saying, this is wrong, you know, I'm not, you know, this is not just about me, it's about the wife, and she's not feeling me, she's, you know, and all this stuff, and that was the episode, and I'm not gonna spoil it or anything like that. I'll try not to spoil it, but it's basically, that was the premise of the game. And a lot of people are just so upset about the episode. It was just like, I don't think it's gay. I don't think it's gay at all. And the thing is, like, I've never experienced something like we've never experienced anything like this. Virtual reality video games are evolving. We have that available right now. Back in PS3 even, they had, you know, the things that you could put, and you have it on PS4 now. And so you can really get it. No, that's a PS4 thing. Never mind, I'm sorry. But you have this thing, right? But you have this thing, and you're jacked in, and you're playing someone, and one guy likes playing the girl and likes getting penetrated by the virtual guy. So it's like, it's not even gay, because one guy's playing a girl and one guy's playing a guy. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing gay about it. It's virtual sex. Of course, like any other video game, which I know a lot of people are addicted to. Some people are just addicted to video games, and some people are addicted to porn, or some people are addicted to sex. And so you have this thing, this platform where you can jack in virtually and have virtual sex with a model, or you can play the role as a female, getting dicked down. I don't know if there's anything wrong with that. I don't know. So I thought it was hilarious, because, you know, the two guys had a falling out kind of about it, and you know, the friend would try to, he would say he would try to link up. When they had a falling out, they had kind of a, you know, yeah, they would break, you know, because the married guy is trying to be good to his wife and things like that, and he learns that, you know, the time in the video game is taken away from his time as being a father and a husband, and so, like, you know, him and his friend had it falling out, and the friend would say stuff like, apparently there's animals in the game. You could play like this bear or some shit like that, and the guy would go off. Since they had a falling out, they would go. The friend would have. He would, you know, still play the game with other people online, and he would talk about how he was fucking. He had a fucking bear at one point. Like he said nothing compared to when he was fucking, you know, his friend as his character. Which brings the question. Oh, I just thought about something. Why? Well, I don't know. I'm just saying, if someone else can play that character, that Lance character, the male guy, but I guess if you're jacked in, you still have that. It's not the same, I guess, because people play differently and things. I guess I don't know, but it seems like what was I saying? Yeah, it's the guy would he would try to try to match that sort of intensity, the fantasy that he was having with other players, but he wasn't getting the same satisfaction as he was with his best friend, and there's homosexual like instances in the episode, but there's no physical gay. There's no Brokeback Mountain type shit in this episode. But I think if you put people in a realm, in an environment, certain people in an environment where it's possible that there's gayness involved, people just sort of turn away from that. And plus, it was two black guys playing this role, two black actors, like very known actors, in this in this episode, and it's just so like. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was very, very brilliant, and I thought that it was just a reflection of how video games are evolving. That's my take on it. I didn't think anything of it. I can understand some homophobic people, are just feeling a certain way about watching it, or feeling a certain way about not finishing the episode. I remember the episode of the Boondocks where people thought, the fans of the show thought Riley was gay, and a lot of people didn't finish the episode because they thought Riley was going to end up being gay because he was a huge fan of a gay rapper, of a gay MC, and so a lot of people didn't finish the episode because they thought their young gangster, the young wannabe thug and shit like that. They thought he was gay because he was wearing the shit the gay rapper was wearing, and there was a lot of feminine clothes. A lot of people didn't finish that episode because they thought Riley was going to be gay. And it's like one of those things where people are so scared or so like they feel funny about being in a gay environment or whatever. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just funny. I thought it was brilliant. You know what I'm saying? And I myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm secure in my sexuality. I love pussy. I love women. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I put my penis into a vagina, I was like, there's nothing else compares to this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep doing it for the rest of my life. I love it. I love my girl. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I love having sex with her. I love it. Like, she knows too. Because when I see her, my stick is hard. My dick is just firm, and she, you know what I'm saying, she brings it out, so I'm, but I understand. I don't shame gay people. I don't care about that. I mean, when I was young, I thought, I would probably be gay, but that was probably, all these, the environment that I was raised in, being in the church and being like, just being in the girls that I used to like in church thought they were gonna corrupt me because they thought I was the goody two shoes, and I never had, you know what I'm saying? I thought that I wasn't attractive to women. I thought, you know what I'm saying? I thought, maybe I was gay, you know what I'm saying? I had these thoughts, so like, but ever since I've touched a vagina or touched a titty, I was like, I'm good. I love titties. I love vagina. I love them big asses, baby. So ever since, I'm good. But I see, I understand. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that, there are people who are just gay. I have gay friends. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't know. It's just putting certain straight people in a realm of possible gayness, like, fucks with them. Fucks with their mind. It's just weird to me. But I thought the episode was brilliant, but a lot of people are just clapping back at it. It's just so because it's uncomfortable to them or whatever. And it's like, fucking grow up. You know what I'm saying? It's 2019. There have been gay people since the beginning of time. So just fuck that. All right. So, but yeah, that's my take on it. It's just weird. I haven't seen all the other episodes, but I'm looking forward to it. Black Mirror is, I'm a big fan of it. You know what I'm saying? It's very like, what's the word? It's very, damn, I have it on the tip of my tongue. Fuck. It's a very, like, deep show. It's a look at the future technology and how it's going to affect us. It's very eerie. That's the word I'm looking for. It was right on the tip of my tongue. It's eerie. Some of the episodes are eerie to watch. But it's basically, the advancement of technology and how it affects us. Because, like I said before, our humanity collectively hasn't caught up with the advancement of technology. It hasn't, and I don't think it will. Hopefully, in my lifetime, our humanity will sort of advance to the levels of what is being invented. If not my life, at least my son's life. You can see a glimpse of it or something. But yeah, our humanity really hasn't caught up with the advancement. We haven't advanced. You know what I'm saying? We still have poor people. We still have war. We still have crime. We still have stupid shit, stupid laws, stupid, like, just legislation. We have a fucking criminal in office. I'm not even gonna go into that. But it's like, it's just so corrupt, all the stuff we go through. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, Black Mirror is kind of like looking in a mirror. It's looking at a mirror, seeing the blackness that is our humanity. And as these things are evolving in technology, we're still fucked up. We still have mental illness. We're still depressed. We're still mad. We're still blind. And we're just asleep. Majority of us, you know what I'm saying? And so it's one of those things. But I'm trying to live this healthy lifestyle. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to grow up. But I fucking suck, man. It's gonna be fucking difficult to live this healthy lifestyle as a truck driver. But we'll see. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna do it. But yeah, that's this episode. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm here trying to make it to Clearwater before they close for the day. I'm on I-4. I'm trying to make it there. I hope you guys are doing well. This is the Trucker Diary series. This is Mr. Mike. I love you. Peace.